Hello and welcome to my garden tour for the end of July. I am in New Jersey gardening in zone 6B, and here is the garden bed that is the one that has the most blooms right now. And these are all the zinnias. They are the Queen Lime Red and the Lime Blush, as well as the Green Envy, and they are just putting on lots of blooms and will probably be even more as the time goes on. In the back I have some sunflowers, and that tall middle one is the one that will be red. The other two are these jade, I think, sunflowers, a little bit more cream, and unfortunately the deer ate all the leaves. I am letting them see if they will still put on some flowers even though the deer ate them. So here are some straw flowers. These are orange, and in the back I do have some cosmos that are still kind of coming in. And in the back on the trellis is some hyacinth bean. And I put in several plants, so I have not seen any blooms yet. Over in this area, I've got some more straw flowers, which were all actually winter sown, and they are doing fantastic. Definitely recommend winter sowing straw flowers. They really hold up really well. I still have some Gara that is blooming, and it looks like the clematis is about the end of the bloom cycle. I bought what I thought was 2 varieties, but now I am wondering if it was mislabeled, the second one maybe, and I'm actually only have 1 variety, which is this purple one. So we'll see. The other one is supposed to bloom in the fall, so we'll wait and see on that. The gladiolas are throwing up some bloom stalks. Super excited. I'm looking forward to seeing these. There are various different colors in purples and deep dark colors, as well as some lighter purples. So we'll see what we get. And back there, 2 different dahlias and lots of buds on those. And over here we have lots of more dahlias, and this one is starting to show that it's going to be a purple one, which I think this was, I can't remember which one this was actually, varieties. I didn't label this one, so I got one with a mixed variety. It did not have purple in it, so we'll see. But the pink one here, it doesn't quite look like the photo of the box I bought. That is one thing I will be doing with a lot of the flowers in my garden, is I will do a comparison video of the flower to the stock photo on the packaging. So for whichever ones I can, I will compare them. You can look for that much later, probably in like October, November timeframe when the season ends. But I do see another bloom here. So that's the same one, I believe, as the pink one. And it's looking a little bit purple, but it will turn to more of this pink over here. The hydrangea, this is a lace cap hydrangea. It's an endless summer. Twist and Shout is the variety, and it is just doing so beautifully. The bees are all over this. All those little center balls are actually flowers, so as they start blooming, the bees go crazy for it. So yeah, this is looking beautiful. Lots of flowers and lots of buds still, for even more flowers coming out. So spectacular plant. So back here I have just a bunch of different hyssops that I put in, mostly white and purple. And one of them is throwing up some buds, and so we might see some blooms in the next couple of weeks for that. I did add some zinnias in here, and those are blooming. And the rose campion, the bright pink, is also starting to throw another, flush of blooms. That one really goes quite the entire season and does really, really well. Here I've got the hydrangeas and the gladiolas. Pardon for my horrible job at staking. But they were really flopping. I ran out of stakes and I just had to figure something out real quick. And this is one of the ones that the deer ate, but they left one bloom. It's absolutely gorgeous. All of them are looking so beautiful. Just all these different colors of gladiolas. These are from last year and they overwintered in the ground, no problem. And I have another bloom stalk, so as long as the deer doesn't eat that, I will see what color that one is. In this bed, I've got the Millennium Alliums, which are now starting to put on some color and looking beautiful. I think they will be in full bloom in the next week or two. Absolutely gorgeous. And then over here is a white hyssop. This is from my winter sowing and it is actually blooming. I'm super happy to see that. Another plant that I winter sowed is this bee balm, and I'll put up the variety up on the screen. This one's looking like it's going to be closer to a purple. So as long as the deer doesn't eat it, it's supposed to be deer resistant, but the deer have been eating the buds off of these. But this one here is kind of more of like a reddish pink color, I guess. And that's looking absolutely beautiful. This hyssop here is putting on a great show. Lots of beautiful purple spikes. The bees love this plant, as well as the alliums that will be in bloom, and this will be covered in bees. But I have a bee balm over here that the buds all got eaten off by the deer, but one got saved because it was hidden in the Millennium Alliums. So yeah, it looks like the same color of the Millennium Alliums, which is kind of cool. But yeah, that looks great. The Veronica is fantastic. It just keeps on going. I love this particular Veronica. It's doing really, really well. And I have a few of these Angelonias, and they're starting to finally put on some growth and fill out. So yeah, I've got one there and just kind of dotted around this bed. And then recently I also added these two grasses here for some additional color. Maybe some of these hyssops will put on some blooms later in the summer. This grass here is looking fantastic. I love this grass. As the time progresses and into the fall, this is going to turn more into this maroon color. So you'll see some spikes in there already turning this beautiful maroon tips. So looking forward to that in the fall, looking absolutely beautiful with color. Here are more dahlias that I grew from seed, and I have one here that is starting to flower, and I've got several other buds, so I think this one will be in bloom in a couple of weeks. So these two planters are doing really well. This one I cut back and brought the flowers in to enjoy, and sort of cut it back by half, and now it's putting on more buds. And this one I do have to cut it back also. I never pinched them. And I also have some dahlias in here, and it's starting to bloom now. This one will be yellow, obviously, and looking gorgeous. So this is Oklahoma zinnias, and this one is going to be a different color. I'm getting a lot of these more pink magenta color, and finally this one will be a different color. But yeah. So that's everything that is blooming in my garden for the end of July. And if you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button. If you're not already subscribed, please do so and follow me on the progress of my garden. And thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.